Hi, hey, this is Tucker from Acceleration Fitness and Sports Performance. Now this is part 2 of the squats. Now remember last week we talked about technique and how to kind of get better, right, with the flexibility in the calf and the hips and pushing those knees out. So now we're going to use weight and move forward, right? So when Ginger comes up to her back squat, the most important thing she needs to do is she's going to put this bar on this groove in her shoulders. She's going to find a nice groove right there on her shoulders. And as she comes off, remember she's going to do just that same air squat. As she comes down, she's pushing her knees out. Her heels are nice and flat. Back is flat, core is tight. She's going to drive up from the heels, bringing the hips forward and then back down. Heels are flat, knees are pushed out. Back straight, core tight, and then back up one more time. Then she's going to come forward to the rack and rack it. Now remember, if you're still having those flexibility problems with the calf, you can still use that board like we talked about last week. We're just going to do it with the back squat. So Ginger's going to take off the rack one more time. And again, her bar is right there in that groove. She's going to put her heels in that board. Now she's able to push down into that board, keeping that back flat, drives back up, and take it to the rack. Thanks, G. And what that does is it helps shorten that calf muscle until you can get that flexibility up. Okay? Now, if you have a Smith machine, Ginger's going to get in the same way. She's going to rest that bar right there in that groove of her shoulder, staying away from her neck. She's going to unhook, and now she's going to do that standard air squat, keeping that back flat, pushing those knees out, keeping that heel flat, driving up, hips forward. She's going to come back down one more time, back flat, core tight, pushes the knees out and keeps her heel flat, and then she rests. Now, if you don't have a barbell or a Smith machine, you can use dumbbells. Now, when she comes up, she's going to keep it nice and tight. Elbows are forward, back straight, core tight. She comes down, keeping those heels flat, pushing the knees out, back up, heels forward, good. Back down one more time, keeping the heels flat, pushing the knees out, and back up. Thanks, G. All right, next we'll talk about front squats. This is Tucker. Thanks again.